Hey everybody, it's Ryan from MyAfterSchoolToys.com with another 1980s toy review. Today we're talking about Kenner's 1987 Sky Commanders. Maybe you remember Sky Commanders. It was a very short-run series. Hanna-Barbera made a cartoon about it, and of course the figures are there to follow along with the cartoon. And the plot of the cartoon was a new continent had sprung up out of the South Pacific called the High Frontier, and there was an energy source on there that everybody wanted, the good guys, the bad guys, and the only way to get around this continent was to go through the highest parts on laser cables. And both the good guys and bad guys wore these backpacks that shot out laser cables and they could travel along them. The cartoon was, okay, but the toys I thought were pretty cool. They reminded me a lot of Mask, another line from Kenner. So we're going to look at the figures today. I've got one out of the package. We're going to examine that. We're going to have some fun remembering these toys. First one I got here is Rollerball with General Summit. General Summit was the leader of the Sky Commanders. And basically what it was is a long string that you could hook up between 2 points, and you could zip these guys across it with their backpacks. Here's General Summit right there. The sad thing about these figures is that unlike Mask, there's no articulation in the legs, so they kind of just go straight out when you set them in different vehicles and stuff. So not a lot of articulation, only a single color for the face, just one flesh color, but it was pretty cool still. Nice figure. And then they came with this little hook attached with string that you could hang on the other string, so if they fall off their vehicle, it would kind of like rescue them. It was their lifeline. And then here's his backpack here. And then you can see the hooks in the back that you could use to hook the string up to slide them down. And then on the back, it's kind of a little cartoon. It shows you the battle. Of course, in the cartoon and in the toys, you could hang out all these lines and have different ones zipping in different places. Very cool. And this is General Summit. He is the leader of the Sky Commanders. And then we also have Commander Rex Kling. What a cool name. I could just see the execs at Kenner sitting around saying, what should we call a guy who can cling to a string? Let's just call him Kling. So here's Commander Rex Kling. He also has a lifeline that hooks to his arm. And then you can see his hook and cable. He has a backpack here, and he was the search and rescue guy, so kind of like the medic / rescue. And then you can see his hook in the back here as well that hooks him on. So there you go. Only so much fun in the box, so we don't want to worry about those. We want to look at one that's out of the box. So I have Pete Crane here. Let me move these into view. Here's Pete Crane. We'll take a close-up look at this figure. Okay. So as I said, flesh color only in the face. Some pretty good coloring on the uniform. Got a little pistol here. And then you can see his string is actually attached to him through the back, and then it clips onto his arm here. And it's a bungee string, so he can actually bounce from it, and then that would just clip on to the big string in case he falls off. So there you go. And then here's his backpack here. Now this is one of the premium ones. This came in an actual box rather than these little bubble cards here. And you'd hang the string up like this and it would travel on it. In a second here, I'm going to hook this up and kind of show you guys how it works, but we'll just talk about it for just a minute. And then we'll put Pete in it. It had some guns, had a little seat to put Pete Crane in, and then this part here attaches to like a door. It's set up to be on a door frame. You can see that. It's got some rubber guards on there so it won't scratch, and then you can attach the string to this. So let's take a break for a second. I'll set it up and we'll see how it works. Okay, so here is Pete attached to his crane, whatever you want to call this thing, backpack, sky, jet, whatever you want to call it. So you can see that it's attached to a string. Now, we said this was a premium one that came in a box, and that's because it had some firing missiles on it. So actually we'll hold it like this, and if you press this button, a missile fires out, which is kind of cool. And then there's also one on the back side, but holding the string at an angle, so it's not going to shoot very well. You can see Pete is in here. He is in a little swivel cockpit. And then if you had it attached enough at an angle, you'll go. Just like that. So, very hard to do on a camera. There you go. But you get the idea. So, that is how 1987 Kenner Sky Commanders work. Of course, there was the bad guys called the Raiders, and they had their own backpacks and ways to move. This is kind of cool because it has adjustable guns, and you could actually pop these off like this. And in the area where you attach it to the wall or the door, you could pop a gun on here like that and put a weapon on it. Then you could take old Pete out of his seat, and he could actually stand inside the attachment, and you had another gun here. So there was really a lot of cool stuff with these figures. Didn't get the popularity I think Kenner wanted, but I loved them, and I know a lot of collectors out there like these. They're not very hard to find. You can find them about 20 bucks a piece. They're a lot of fun. If you could hook up 5, 6, 7 of them at a time, they'd be a blast just to play with. So there you go. 1987 Kenner Sky Commanders. Hope you enjoyed the review, and of course you can check us out on our website at myafterschooltoys.com. We got a ton of more toys to come. So we'll see you next time. As always, long live the 80s.